Hiya. So yeah, everyone, today I brought the Mattel's Jurassic World Chaos Theory. What's the name of this again? All Out Attack Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yes, it's another Tyrannosaurus Rex figure I brought. I don't know, man. I mean, T-Rex, come on, it's such a classic thing when it comes to dinosaur, It's still considered one of the best predator. I mean, the best predator out there. I mean, carnivore. Even though there are much bigger ones like Giganotosaurus, which isn't not that big compared to T-Rex. The only difference is a few couple meters, but yes. Anyways, so yeah, I just got this thing this morning and got it out of the package and in order for myself to explore and give it a little bit of view of its detail and articulation and things so that I can review it properly before I do any stupid things. And I'm just gonna say one thing. There are clear ups and downs in this figure. I think this has to be one of the best figure when it comes to sculpting and things, but definitely it has a downsides when it comes to like the proportion or some kind of feature which most of the people didn't like about its extending teeth, but let's get to it after we get into the detail. And here comes the different types of manuals and things like that, but yeah, I mean, nothing much. I'm just gonna show it through my own review. Let's bring this bad boy and the camera back. And here it is, the all-out attack Tyrannosaurus Rex over here. So, yeah, I managed to pause this this motor thing inside so that it can just open its jaw facing right towards the enemy or whatever he's facing. And yeah, I think this is a great pose to have a look into the details. So this T-Rex, generally the color scheme and things like that, and especially the texture you see all over the skin, is very different from the T-Rex figures that Mattel has previously released. I mean, I did watch the Tyrannosaurus scene from Chaos Theory, which was the T-Rex versus Allosaurus, I believe. Yeah, it was Allosaurus. Should be. And it was really short, not that long. It was just a couple, like 20 seconds or something. But it definitely looks very similar to the Chaos Theory one. But yeah, let's have a closer look. It's a really nice detail on the eye. And I'm just gonna zoom my camera back in for better focus. There we go. Okay, so the nice eyes. Painting and things like that. You get a nice black kind of wash all over the eyes, and it somewhat gives me the those like Jurassic Park 1 movie kind of T-Rex vibe, but at the same time it's very different. And yeah, usually when it comes to T-Rex, it has some like more kind of spiky top on this part of the head, but not this one, not the Chaos Theory one. But yeah, really nicely sculpted nose. Inside the jaw, nicely painted teeth, and you see those kind of seam line inside at the top of the jaw, but that's because of the extension of teeth, you see? Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. And really nice texturing at the bottom of the jaw too, and really rough, crunchy, is that a thing to describe a texture? I think so, but yeah, really rough texturing and really nice darkish brown, almost nearly black wash on top of the body. And it stops on the tail, but it continues all the way down to the thigh level, the side of the rib. And my complaint when it comes to the arm is that it's extremely thick. It's just really thick. It's way too muscular. I mean, not so sure if this is how real life T-Rex even looks. I assume not, definitely, because I previously reviewed the reborn T-Rex, the one with the lips. That's the most scientifically accurate version at the moment. But this is just way too bulky arm for my taste. And the other problem is that the leg is just extremely thin. What is this, man? Like fucking 3 stacks of A4 paper. I mean, it's way too thin, and it gets thicker at the lower feet level over here. Goes on top of the knee to the thigh level, just becomes like fucking A4 paper. I don't really like these two when it comes to the proportion of this figure, but everything else really does its great job. I mean, the sculpting is just insane, and I somehow feel like the plastic material they used is slightly different from what I previously reviewed, like Giganotosaurus and things. Those kind of plastic that they used for, like, Striking, or is it the Giganotosaurus thing? Like, that thing has a more of a glossy coat all over the figure, which makes it looks more like a kid's toy and things. But this thing doesn't really have a glossy coat anywhere except for like the toe painting over here. I think it's coated as a flat matte. So I really am a huge, massive fan of flat matte coated figures because it just personally feels way more superior. It depends on the character that I'm collecting though, but yes, I usually prefer the flat matte coated figures, and that's the case for this T-Rex. I mean, it has really rough, nice texturing, and I don't know, the general quality of the plastic, for me at least, just feels way more superior than it usually does for Mattel figures. A really nicely sculpted tail. I wish it was slightly longer and thinner at the edge of the tail because it's kind of still kind of too thick at the end. It's quite the same for the other side as well, but yeah, again, really nice sculpting and painting, nice washing things. And what's kind of ironic here is that you get really nice sculpting and all those like skin textures at the top, but when it comes to the bottom of the figure, it's just really it's just extremely smooth compared to the other, like the side and the top side of the figure. It's just way too smooth. I feel like they could have kept the texture much more like rough, like kind of crunchy, just like the top part. But I mean, I don't want it to be as rough as the top part, but they definitely could have done something better. And the place where you open for the extra, pair of batteries and things, replacing batteries, and the speaker, the color is kind of slightly different, it seems. I mean, there's a massive difference of the color you see on the camera, but from my own eyes, there's not much of a big difference, but it definitely looks slightly bit different. Okay, so let's get into the action features. So you press the button here. You have to give it a full pressure. So all the way in. And then it will somewhat move. Let's zoom out my camera. But if you do it like 2 times, it gives another sound. This kind of classic roar. But if you want to do it multiple times, which makes the action feature much faster, just keep doing it again and again and again and again and again. Yeah. I mean, you don't really see much of the teeth extension if it moves really rapidly. And honestly, even though a lot of people didn't end up liking the feature of this figure, one of the greatest reason why I decided to get this is that I used to go to a lot of different dinosaur museums when I was a kid years ago, and then those museums always had these kind of like self-moving animatronics, and I really loved those. And because of the nostalgic reason of those dinosaur animatronics, which this figure sort of has, that's mostly the reason why I got this. The second reason why I got this figure is because of the amazing sculpting, and I really do like the paint job on this thing. And yeah, I mean, that is probably it. Those two are the main reason why I got this guy, and especially because it's heavier and things compared to the other Mattel figures. I really do love heavy figures when it comes to like creature or like a gigantic animal figurines. It just gives life into the figure, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I just put it in next to the 93 classic Mattel T-Rex over here, which is still my favorite one. I mean, the head sculpt is just amazing, except for the eyeballs are facing different way for my personal copy of the figure, but that's what makes the figure really goofy. But I really do like this T-Rex, the all-out attack one. And yes, Giganotosaurus not the best figure because of these the striking feature. I really am not a big fan of the extreme damage T-Rex. And we got really nice, innocent looking Oviraptor over here too, and these are just a bit of size comparison over here. Not the best size comparison, but I have to pack all of these again to send it back to my home country within like a half a month and things. So yeah, but he's definitely taller than the 93 classic T-Rex. And then he is actually taller than the Giganotosaurus. It just seems like the Giganotosaurus is slightly taller because of the spine, the spiky thing at the back over here. But without that thing, no, T-Rex is much taller. I mean, he really is. He has to be one of the tallest Mattel T-Rex that I currently own so far. And yeah, I mean, still the Reborn Kiss is still my favorite one. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. But I really do recommend this figure unless you really hate the extension of teeth. I mean, I still find it quite interesting, and I like the way how Mattel is going for new features for T-Rex, because they already have tons of different Jurassic World and T-Rex figures, and this has to be one of the best one when it comes to detail and sculpting wise. But yes, I really do like the feature as well. Not so sure about the extension of teeth, but yeah. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll come back with another review.